Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. So of course today we are doing Festival of the Lost. The build we are using for this setup here is I'm going with my usual. I'm just going with Crota's and armor here. Don't worry about the fashion too much. If you don't want the shader, it's just super black. Yeah, nothing too special here. Mostly because I'm not using an exotic or anything, so. And there are particular fashions that I do want to do, but we don't have an equivalent helmet for me to work with. But I'm using Void here, because usually there's some things to do with Void in the, for Festival of Lost. I'm using Bastion, Offensive Bulwark, all the shenanigans. I'm using Twilight Arsenal. The rest of these don't really matter. Then y'all see what I'm using, but not a build video. I'm just using a sword with Eager Edge on it. Um, we don't need sword ammo, but yeah, I'm just using a weapon with Eager Edge on it to move around a little bit easier. I'm using Word of Crota. Not with ammo generation. Increases stability. Like, what? What? What the fuck was that? Okay. Then I'm using Mint Retrograde, I guess. But yeah, this is kind of what I'm using, I guess. I'm just using a Bushido set just because. Uh, but yeah, brand new activity. Claiming while a candy perk is active on your map. This is bugged. This is bugged right now because I had this one active. Oh, fungal mass. We can acquire the fungal mass, which is interesting. But I had this one active, but it doesn't work. So just granting Devour, I guess, is gonna be nice. Well, not nice, but you know. So yeah, as far as reward goes, the arc shotgun is really bad. The kinetic SMG, it's kind of mid. Kinetic weapons as a whole are just not great. Like, let's be real, there's just no reason to run a kinetic weapon in that slot. However, the strand bow, if you are a Titan, do not get this. I mean, like, you can get it, but, like, this is only good if you're a Warlock or Hunter. Because, at least for Titan, you really want a faster firing weapon, like an SMG or an auto rifle, but you need Pugilist and Swashbuckler. That is the god roll. Outside of, well, there's no new strand weapons that fire a little bit faster that have the new strand perk. I think it's like proximity or something like that. But yeah, this bow, really, really good for strand Warlock especially, but yeah, I'm probably going to be using most of my tokens for, like, Ascendant Shards or whatnot, because Ascendant Shards are going to become a little bit lackluster. As far as in the past stuff, there's some interesting stuff. I do like that we have a Scream-themed Ghost Shell. I do think that is pretty cool. I do like the emblem as well, but obviously there's better emblems. You will be getting some shiny versions of weapons automatically. This per combo is not bad. I will say, get this SMG if, you don't have anything good for it. Spare looks pretty cool as well. Strand Bow is also kind of interesting, I guess. So you can apply debuffs or whatever. Don't bother with it. Any shotgun, just dismantle the shit. And you do get a final shader, which on armor kind of looks like ass, but it might look decent on a weapon. Now, as we do it active, so first off, you do have a new Crucible mode, which will I be playing? Absolutely not, because I already have the title, I'm pretty sure. If you already have the title, then there really is no reason to run it. Unless the title got sunset for some reason. Oh, never mind. But don't I have fucking Reveler? Don't I have Reveler? Or is it something I'm also missing? I might be missing Reveler. But I could have sworn I had it. Okay, then maybe I do. For some fucking reason. Maybe I do. Bungie did extend the event by a week, so there are gonna be 3 weeks in total. Um, Couple things to keep in mind. First off, the hat mode is absolutely fantastic. I love that the enemies have hats and whatnot. I really do like it. Promotion is one of the best modifiers in the entire game, in my opinion. Chill Touch is pretty solid. I prefer using a Khepri's Horn setup when using Chill Touch when having Chill Touch active, but you know, you playing support and we have combatant or whatever. Do keep in mind that you are going to be running into, at least sometimes you'll run into the Dread enemy type. And I have to be perfectly honest, the Dread enemy type is kind of an awful enemy type when not in use like a campaign setting. I'm not a huge fan of spamming that enemy type. If I'm just being real here. There's not really enough fodder tier enemies to really help beef it up a little bit. There's just a little bit too much going on with the spamming of the stasis and strand shenanigans. By the way, Loda is locked, so do keep that in mind. Do keep that in mind. Also, if y'all want to see my artifact, I guess, here's that for y'all. Now, a couple of bugs to mention here and how to avoid them. Now, first and foremost, do not use the stunning emote. Do not use stunning emotes. Because apparently they bug out the Shriekers. Apparently. Also, interestingly enough, so as far as the final boss goes, as far as the pumpkin or whatever, I have seen and heard two different things. I have obviously doing the boss slow, not spamming supers, does prevent the boss from bugging out. However, I have had a run where we absolutely nuked him and it was fine. I would say, as a precaution, do not use your super when the final boss spawns. Oh, I like this fashion. Well, this guy has a... I think this is a JoJo-themed fashion or something? Hey, I wish we had an animated mask similar to the blue skull in Destiny 1. Ah, I want that to return so badly. By the way, I would suggest having on, so you can just steal all the motes! Because a powerful attraction does work on these little mote things. Little treats. Pumpkin charge! That's not real. I want a hat! Give me a hat! I want a hat! Let me take a hat! I want to wear big iron on his ship. Big iron on his ship. Once you get it to about half health, it'll the Shrieker will turn into a good boy Shrieker. Yeah, I guess I'll stay here. Oh, wait. I'll upgrade to tier 2, don't worry, fellas. And look, sometimes the turrets will have little hats. I believe it's only tier 1 and tier 3 that have them. Oh, this guy still has a hat. Let's go. I love the hats. I love the hats. I really love the hats. Yes, let me put on the hat. Woo wee. Okay. I'm just gonna. Bada bing, bada boom. Ah, let me go. What are y'all doing? It's... What the fuck are y'all doing? Like, holy shit! There we are. Come on, Shrieker, beam the ogre, please. Woo! I will say some masks are like free or whatever. I mean, some masks you have to get for silver. However, I believe the pumpkin mask was free at one point in time. I think that's how I got it. But a lot of my masks are old because I did the Haunted Forest. I would say if this wasn't so buggy, I think I would like it just a little bit more. Oh, wait, let me put on hat. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Oh, there's something I do want to... Never mind. Bada bing, bada bong. That's the magic. Woo! So yeah, it does seem like. Oh, actually, no, I can't even. I don't think I can even check that. Can I? No. Yeah, this doesn't. This doesn't work. This doesn't work. Because the perk is active, but it just doesn't work. So, I guess if you ever get that collecting candy one, I would suggest re-rolling it. At least if you don't have a ton of time. Can I steal your skimmer? No, I cannot. Oh, come on. I'm just gonna go and dunk. I still really would have. I would have really loved a good auto rifle to return or something. It's Dunkaroo. I just love their little masks. Invoke the hive magic. Axes. Oh my god, why does it do that? I hate that it does that. That the axes will sometimes just kill an enemy that's like just a little bit behind you. Bro, do y'all not know how this works? Okay, the event's only been out for a couple days. Where's the thing? There it is. Whew. Nice. Okay, I gotta upgrade my turret. My turret. I have my hat. It looks so weird with my fucking hat. Oh, not these enemies. Come on. Hug her down with me, Warlock. Okay. You see what I mean? Like, having this many of the dread is a little nauseating, I'm not gonna lie. Beautiful. Axe time! Axe time! Axe time! Axe time! Axe time! Woo! Here, Ashley got out of the way real quick. Do a quick dunk. Ooh, I'm running a little bit low on ammo. Oh my god, it's so difficult to move! But by the way, this is exactly why I did not I had Eager Edge on. Because it is genuinely very, very difficult to move at all with the Dread as the final enemy type. And it's that enemy type like 9 times out of 10. It's awful. At least that's what I've been stuck with. Finish. Okay, I'm just gonna collect that. Eager Edge over. I said the other enemy type that I have seen is a taken here. But it's extraordinarily rare to see anything else other than Dread. Just gonna run past all of them. Invoke high magic. Okay. That one's good. Come on, like, stop. I lost my keybinds for a second. I lost where my hands were. I already killed I already killed basically 2 of the ogres myself, so. And it's almost impossible to get the revival. Now, the center area, this is where it is most important to not completely nuke the boss here. To be safe, if you don't want to rely on other enemies, choose primary. I think there's only a few of us even over here. Yeah, once their shriekers are closed, you're free to do a bunch of damage. Oh, that's right, there's only 4 of us here. There's only 4 of us here, that's why. I'm tapping axes until the final phase. Got you, buddy, don't worry. The second phase will always take a little bit more. Okay, that was a little buggy. Beautiful. Let's go. We did it with just 4 people. Let's go. We did it. Let's go. By the way. Ah! I am. Okay, we are going to go to the tower real quick, just so y'all can see a little bit more of the rewards and the tower and whatnot. Do apologize for a little bit of a scuffed run, but... Oh, before I take a look at that. But yeah, there really is no reason to, like, keep a lot of the, there's no what the fuck? Why did I dismantle that? Why did I oh, Lordly Slender, that's right. We should just set, well, okay. But you do have a chance of getting a tier 5 regular legendary armor. It's not pinnacle armor. That's the caveat, is it's not pinnacle armor.
Underway.
But yeah, as you can see, we got a tier 5 smoke jumper, so...
Done. All done.
Now, unfortunately, Bungie has not done a great job with armor set bonuses. Generally, they're kind of useless. They're useless, generally speaking, but, you know. It is what it is type situation. And yeah, we just did something for the title or whatever. But yeah, just by running the activity, you'll get these. Now, you can save it. I would suggest saving up candy for the exotic class item if you do not have that. So, before getting some of the other bonuses, in my personal opinion. But, I can actually showcase the shiny. This is what the shiny, I do love the strand bow. It does shade, by the way. Sparks Everlasting. It does have a special, like, effect to it when you kill enemies. And this is a tier 5 version, which looks pretty cool as well, but it does shade. It will take over whatever glow is happening. For instance, if I can find it. But yeah, photo finish. You will have an RGB bow. Which is kind of sick to have. Unfortunately, this is a, like, hatchling slices fine because while on Strand Warlock, you run your class ability. But I like getting precision hits and everything. I personally do like the other one. But, again, do keep in mind that, you know, some perks might not be... this event's only around for a limited time. I will say this is also a precision frame, so longer draw time, optimized for damage. So do keep that in mind. For this, if you can control that to that level of detail, draw time. I would also suggest using enhanced draw time as well to get that draw time down. Now, as far as origin trait, there is 2. All weapons have these 2, except for the shotgun. I believe for some reason doesn't have another origin trait. But I believe because this is originally a gambit bow, I think, or drop bow, something like that. But you do have search party. This weapon is granted an improved amount of aim down sight speed and movement speed while aiming down sights when no allies are near. Kind of useless. I may be real. Especially considering Wildcard is the other one. Final blows of this weapon have a chance to create experimental set munitions at the target's location. Cooldown between activations is reduced. So it's kind of like if you've been watching the channel for a while, back when I used the back when I used the Arc rocket launcher, when it dropped some munitions, but also if you looked at some of my old Legend of Acreus builds where I was using an Arc shotgun, it drops some munitions. It's like little mines. It is quite nice. I will say, you don't necessarily need hatchling if that's what you're going for. If that's what you're doing wildcard. I think the perk that you can really mix up on is that 4th column because you do have a chance to generate threatlings as well on strand anyways. Hatchling you don't necessarily need. But you can use Archer's Gambit instead. Or, you know, doing something different. I personally, though, prefer a Tear being in the 3rd column. This is the only weapon worth grinding for. unlike Solstice event, where we had two weapons that were really worth grinding for: Festival Flight and especially this SMG. Um, by the way, the Hollow version of SMG is just too good. Um, and meanwhile, and we also had an armor set. We don't have an armor set for Festival, which, in my opinion, is a little bit disappointing. I expect that we will not have an armor set for. I expect that we won't have an armor set for Dawning event either. I think we will. We probably won't have one for. We probably will not have any for Guardian games either. But I could see us having one. But it's a little bit of a weird situation. But I don't think we'll see any more seasonal armor sets or anything like that. Bungie, just please release actual good armor set bonuses, because the only one that's really worth all the armor is an instant dismantle if it's not Bushido, basically. And the Bushido is really niche. Please. Armor set bonuses. And so, on that note, though, thanks for tuning in, and I will catch y'all on the flip side.